S3A is just probably one of the best things I've been involved in my academic career. My name is Helen O'Leary. I'm a professor of painting in the School of Visual Arts. I'm a painter and I use a traditional lament form in my work, the structure of it, which is about grieving, telling, and recovery.
My name is Kim Gates Flick, and I'm an independent artist and educator working with various community groups, including SOVA, School of Visual Arts. I'm basically trained as a painter, but I got interested in natural dyes as a child, and my grandmother and my mother and actually my grandfather all were really naturalists and worked with the local landscape. So eco-literacy just came out when I went back to college as an adult learner.
I was very lucky to be invited to teach with Kim last year in the Sustainable Studio, and I took to it like a duck to water. It was just my agrarian roots, my lifetime of farming, my love of plants, and the community.
As S3A took ground and they got a seed grant, it just grew. And so we went from being just the Sustainable Studio to being assimilated into something larger, the S3A. And so we got to thinking about this idea of dye gardens, and from that it became this incredible seed, and how we could take this raw material, just like Helen said, and underneath the surface of it all, just get this really natural pigment. All of us have been really worried about what's going on in the world and the toxicity of the things we use. So it was really a natural fit for us to look at these plants as color. Anne Sjostrom and Christina Roberts really helped to launch it with me, and also Jean Sanders and Helen. With Helen and I, it has really gelled and taken off now.
So this year, with COVID, of course, we didn't have the student farm, and I decided to make my backyard into a dye garden. I had saved a lot of the seeds from the student farm, so I planted all the colours that I would need, or we would need. You can read a landscape in one way, and then you can dye every flower or every plant and see another kind of document of what you're looking at.
We got to thinking about electricity, and we got to thinking about, wouldn't it be so cool to have a dye cart that was like wireless, that we didn't have to rely on something. And we wanted it to be portable, but we also wanted it to be an art piece in and of itself. So that's when we decided that we should collaborate with somebody and make this thing happen. And the Capstone project seemed like a perfect fit.
Hi, my name is Willem Grunewald-Meyer. I am part of this year's DIY Die Cart 2.0 Capstone group. My team members are Austin Nace, Zachary Logan, Anne Vandervalk, and Ting Yi Chen, who is currently located in Taiwan. We are a group of engineering students. There are 5 of us, like I had said. I am material science and engineering, and so as well as Tim. The other 3 are mechanical engineers who are working with us to put this whole cart together for S3A, the School of Visual Arts, Helen, Kim, and Simone. So at the beginning of this semester, my group and I were put together by the Capstone system, and we were brought together for this cart, this project, the DIY die cart. Soon after we were assigned this project, we met with Kim and Helen, and we began going over the requirements that this cart had to make. It had to be able to be lifted by 2 people. It had to be a spectacle in and of itself. It had to be able to boil the requisite amount of water to dye the materials that Helen wants to dye, and using the dyes that she wants to use. So from those specifications, the biggest one being it needs to be solar powered and self-sustainable off the grid, we went back and we met as a group and we came up with a design that basically goes from about 3 foot off the ground, and it extends all the way up to 7.5 feet, with the working area being around 3.5. From that, there's also a sliding work surface that comes out from under the first countertop, so there are 2 work surfaces. So not only does this cart extend upwards, it extends outwards too. And I think they'll be really happy with the design that we came up with.